Hi everyone. In this video, we will discuss about Oracle Cascade Standby Database, and also we will create the Cascade Standby Database from the scratch. Now let's perform. One of the major reasons for creating the Cascade Standby Database is to reduce the load of our primary system. We can also create the standby database for testing our standby side to other standby side as well by the use of replication. So Cascade Standby Database is a standby database that receives the redo from the other standby database, not for our original primary system. Okay, so now let's do how we can create the Cascade Standby Database in our environment. I create a complete video from the scratch for creating the Cascade Standby Database for you.
Hi, in this session, I will show you how to create the Cascade Standby Database. As I have already told you in my theory classes about how to create the Cascade Standby Database. Okay, so this session is the practical to how we can create the Cascade Standby Database. Okay, let me recap. Basically, Cascade Standby Database we use if we don't want to put extra workload to our primary server, okay, for transmission the data to my standby database. So we can synchronize our another standby database from one standby database to another standby database. So okay, so Cascade Standby Database basically is a replication between the standby to standby environment. Okay, so let's start how we can create the Cascade Standby Database. So first we have to create a physical standby database as normal, okay, which I have already show you how to create a physical standby database. If you see, you can watch my previous video to how to create the physical standby database. After creating the physical standby database, we can convert this physical standby database to Cascade environment. Okay, so currently I have one primary machine and two standby machine, and both two standby machine are synchronized from my primary. So in this configuration, I have two standby and one primary, and both standby machine are synchronizing from my primary machine. So I will convert this configuration as like I will synchronize the environment STB1 from my primary, and I will synchronize the standby 2 from my standby 1 to standby 2. Okay, I will start the synchronization between standby 1 and standby 2. That will be a cascade standby. Let me show the current environment setting. Okay, I have created a shell script for checking the synchronization status. This is my primary side. If you see that the open mode is read write and role is primary. Okay, it's maximum performance. Switchover status also two standby and database role is primary, and last synchronization generated is 19. Okay, let me execute the same statement on my standby side as well. See that same synchronization number are also over there. this role of this database also is physical standby. Okay, this database is read only with a file. Okay, and execute same statement on this second standby, and this standby also having the same synchronization number, means my all environment are synced with each other. Okay, so let's start. Let's go in primary side SQL plus dash as sysdba. Let me show you archive parameter which I have already defined. Show parameter arc. Okay, so in my destination 2 I have defined the service for standby 1. Okay, in my destination 3 I have defined service for standby 2, means primary will send the archives and redo logs from primary to my standby 1 and also to standby 2. Okay, if you see the valid for, okay, the valid for is online video logs and primary role. If this primary role means if I define this parameter on any site, if this site role is primary, that will send the archive file to this service which we have defined. Okay, so at if I define the primary role, the existing site it should be have a primary role. Okay, if you see the second parameter of my destination 2, this is also primary role, means my if this site role is a primary role, that will be send archive to my secondary site. Okay, so it should be primary role. Okay, let me show the same parameter on my standby 2 side. Okay, skill plus slash s sysdba show parameter arc. Okay, standby 2 is service primary. Okay, you see the role also same primary role. Okay, if this side will be the primary, that will send the archive file to this service. Okay, and let me show you another. If you see that my destination 3 is also stb2, if this side stb1 role will be primary role, that it this side will send the archive to standby 2 if the role should be primary role. Okay, let me show the last site, then move to sql plus slash sgva and show parameter arc. You can see the same configuration also defined there. The primary role, if this side will be the primary, then it will send the archive to this service. Okay, and now destination 3, you can see if this side will be the primary role, then it will send the archive files to standby 1, means if I switch from primary to standby 1, okay, I have performed switch over activity and I will switch my primary side to standby 1, so So that time the stubby one will be the primary role. Okay, so this side will send the archive to my both side is PRI and STB2. Okay, if I switch from primary to STB2, at that time STB2 will send the archive to my STB1. Okay, because at that stage STB2 will be the primary role, because I have switched at that if I switch from primary to STB2, so STB2 will be the primary role. Okay, so now I'm going to change the parameter of STB1. I will change the primary role. Okay, I will change the primary role of this destination to standby. Okay, to standby. If I change this role to standby, it means if this role is standby, so this side will send the archive to this location. Okay, let me show you how we can achieve it. This is my document. Okay, so first I have to disable the archive destination of my primary site. I have to stop my primary site to sending the archive file to STB2. Okay, because primary site is sending the archive to STB2, so I have to disable this parameter by executing this command. I will empty this parameter. Okay, so after that my primary server will not send the archive to my STB2 site. Okay, let me execute one archive log switch auto system switch log file. Okay, you see archive log switch is performing and redo is not coming on my STB2 site. If you see the alert log, only alert log of STB1 is showing the archive is coming, but STB2 is not showing this archive is. Okay, so it means this archive is not shipping to STB2. Okay, let me perform one more log switch. If you see the STB2 alert log is not showing, or let me check the synchronization status. Okay, exit, check. You see that difference. Last sequence is my primary site is generated. Don't see this because I use the same query to all sites. So this is for the standby. So don't see that for primary only. Look this parameter. Okay, let me also correct this one. I just change. Okay, just delete these queries from this. Okay, just save it again. Okay, it will show only primary site rule and it will show only this last sequence generated is 32. Okay, let's execute same query on my standby 2 site. Says check sync. See, standby by primary and standby are both sync. Okay, let me execute the same query on the standby 2 site. Okay, says check sync. Okay, see that this last receive is 20. Okay, there's no any archive received. Okay, and no any archive applied on this site. Okay, because I have disabled the archive sending parameter on my primary site. Okay, let me enable this parameter on my standby site. If you see this parameter, I change the standby log files, okay, and also change the database role. Okay, this synchronization is from standby logs because this is my standby side. This synchronization will be the standby logs. We'll use the standby log, which I've already created the standby log on my standby side. Okay, so and this one, the standby role. If you see this now, what the role is my this physical standby. Okay, if I set this statement over there, it will check if this role is standby. So this service and this parameter will work and send the archives to my standby 2 side. Let me execute. Okay, SQL plus slash SSDBA and execute this. Okay, I just execute this parameter. Okay, alter system service to stb2 async standby 2 side. Okay, now I just defer and enable this parameter. Okay, if you see the archive log now receiving on this site. Okay, let me execute alter system switch log file on my primary site. Okay, alter system switch log file. Okay, see this, the archive is coming on my standby 1 and standby 1 is sending the archive to my standby 2 side. Okay, this is the gap synchronization service is running. This will find the archive, okay, gap, and then all archive will be copied from the standby 1 to standby 2, and then after that the both sides will be synchronized. Okay, again. Okay, if you see that last synchronization number is 20, now is 34. Okay, the gap synchronization service is running. The archive file is currently copying from my standby side to standby 1 to standby 2. After some time, the both sides will be synchronized. Okay, let me execute again auto system switch log file on my primary machine. See that the archive file is copying. See that last now two archive file has been copied. Okay, so gap synchronization number is still getting the file from my standby 1 and it will be applied to standby 2. So let's check it again. Now the C file is 38 and applied is 36. Let me check the last generated sequence from my primary. The primary last sequence generated is 38 and the 38 file has been received on my standby 2 side. Okay, let me check the status of my standby 1. Okay, the standby 1 also received 38 file has been received and 36 file has been applied on my standby 2 side. Why this error is coming? Basically the standby 3 log was not generated on when I switched on this side. This log will be generated. Okay, Okay, if it standby 3 log will use, it will generate by recall automatic. Okay, so now if you check 38 as last sequence number is 38, my primary sequence 38, and the standby also 38. Now both standby has been synced. If you see this picture, standby 4 is there because it's using, that's why Oracle create a standby 3. So currently standby 3 is not using, that's why it's not create this file. Okay, if it use, then it will create this file. Let me perform another log switch. So this order is negligible, there is no issue. Okay, auto system switch log file. Now now 39 is also 39, last sequence number is 39. Okay, let me show you one thing again for this issue. Select static from either standby underscore logs. Okay, standby I don't remember the page. So view name is standby log. Okay, let me execute select static from standby log. Okay, this was select member from either standby log. Okay, just describe it. Okay, select group number from standby logs. We have successfully create our Cascade Standby logs, but I just troubleshoot the issue for you. Okay, so I have 4 standby logs on my standby environment. If you see this, okay, also 4 standby log over there, and 3 standby log will be there. Okay, so standby logs is currently not using, that's why Oracle is saying that a standby log not over there. Okay, if standby log 3 will be used, that it will automatically create by the process. Okay, so this is negligible. Okay, now currently my both sides are sync. Okay, and you see we are using my primary is sending the logs from standby 1, and standby 1 sending the logs is on standby 2.